Children in the garden. Where do dreams come from? Oh. Where do things come from? Where do thoughts come from? These are always the thoughts. Where do they come from? They seem to come from all over the place. They seem to just fall seemingly right into our face. You know, they're waves. These thoughts, these waves are thoughts, and they penetrate based upon where we're at, where we, as a vibration, is vibrating, at the rate in which it vibrates. And these are dreams, because this right now, this life right now is dreams. Really can't tell any sort of difference, because there is none. There's absolutely no difference. But it's helpful, it's helpful because here it seems as though we have these beliefs, we have these thoughts, and those are only there because we've been putting so much energy into them to begin with, that we put so much energy into this dream that it has solidified. Just like if you put any energy into any dream, it will solidify. Because this is how this works. Things densify, but solid density, I barely even understand that. Like, are we really dense? Are we really solid? I don't even feel solid. I feel like a gas. Like a gas that has vibrated at a certain intensity to manifest here. And life manifests here. Life is everywhere. Life is the entire universe. The entire universe is made of life. It just seems to be here like this right now, in this form, based upon how the conditions were. And what the conditions are is how we vibrate. What frequency, what sounds were being emitted off into space. That's what determined how this looks, what exists here. I mean, of course, the whole thing about infinity, right? The whole thing about infinity having to know itself, yeah, but that's happening all over. That's happening all over every galaxy, every world, every possible place. Infinity is learning and knowing about itself. But here, this is how it goes. It goes like this here. Wow. Really? See, if we were in another realm, Jupiter. Okay, and all the realms are here. Jupiter is here, Saturn is here, Mercury. These are all realms within our being. I'm not saying they're not realms out there, but there are realms in here. And we can control out here from in here, because out there controls what's in here. And it's not even controlling. It's like a machine functioning. A machine that is turning and combusting. Well, it's turning and then combusting. And the combustion is us functioning. That's. And it was life. And it was life in all forms, in all worlds. And now it's this. Now it's this here. Okay. But you have dreams, right? You have dreams, you have thoughts. You pick up on the thoughts. You pick up on the dreams. You pick up on the ideas. You get these ideas, you get these thoughts, and this becomes, one thought is based off the other thought, and the next thought is based off the other thought. And so it's building upon itself. We are always, as energy, we are always building upon itself. We are always adding energy into whatever it is before it. We're always adding energy into that. Okay? So that's why you're in this life, and that's why day after day, even though each day is pretty much an alternate dimension of the same sort of energy, the same sort of life, living and breathing and understanding itself every day. Not even every day, every moment. This is what's going on. Every moment. So as we were in a moment, this moment's happened before, right? And we're like, oh man, this moment has happened before. I've been in this moment. And the reason why you feel like you've been in this moment is because you just got out of the moment before it and after it. But before it and after it is only the frequency. Like, we could look at this as numbers, right? So what's in between 4 and 5? 4.5, or 4.7 is in between these two. This is where you are. This is the now, right? And so what you perceive to be anything other than that, a moment, a life, a lifetime, it makes sense. It makes sense why in the density it would manifest in this sense, to have these senses. This is sensical. This is making sense of things. Right? But what determines? That is what determines. But what determines? Okay, whatever all of this is just the vibrations going through other vibrations. Like that's kind of how it sounds. It's kind of the noise that it makes. So one frequency will determine the next. Your frequency will determine the next. Thought, idea, dream that appears. Dream when you're sleeping. What do you think about during the day? Where do you go? Where do you travel at day? Where do you travel when the light is bright? Will be where you travel at night. To some degree. I mean, you may be traveling during the brightness, whatever. But what you do frequently is what determines what happens. What you receive. What sort of energy are you producing? This is what determines what sort of energy you will gain. So, yeah. This is why someone who, say, usually draws pictures will be out and about, and then receive an insight. And this insight will be along the lines of a picture to draw. Or there'll be somebody who studies astrology, right? And once they study the astrology, they can tap in and gain information from these stars. Just like when you're drawing, you are tapping in to why do they say two? Tapping into, what does two represent? Two is the moon. And the moon is feminine, and this is the creativity. This is the subconscious mind, and so you're tapping in to this subconscious mind as you're dreaming, as you are out and about, adventuring. And so it's sort of a dimension. It's sort of a dimension that you are existing in. That is existing in through you. And and it's okay, all right? No sort of imaginations, no sorts of thoughts are necessarily bad, right? Okay? They're not. They're just vibrations. And they're here for a reason. They're here for you. They're here for you to bring here. And if not, if you are vibrating at a certain rate, at a certain frequency, attracting an otherworldly, all of this is otherworldly, okay? But so that's why there is no such thing as otherworldly, because everything that's worldly is otherworldly, because it all just gravitated towards here. Not gravitated. It, even the things that one seems to, the words that are used. It's just what words do you use often. What words do you often use to describe life, living, breathing? What would that be? That's what will come out. This is all an autocorrect. It's an autocorrection. Not autocorrection. When you type, and then another word will appear. That's what this is. So if you want to be somewhere where you're not, then change what it is that you do. And this can be hard. What you already do, mostly, usually, is what you need to be doing. It is. And if it doesn't feel like it, then that's not what you need to be doing, right? Because this whole place is emotion, feeling based. Every observation, every scientific observation, study, every perception is based on feelings. Can you have a perception without feeling a certain sort of way? Really, all a perception is a feeling. All of this is a feeling. So trust your feelings. Go with your feelings. And this is how you do. How you go. Whoa. Go about the show. Now, Now why does Wong get freaked out whenever they have been doing something like for a certain amount, like just just living? People are like, ah, I've been living for so long. I've been living for so long. I've been channeling for so long. For so long. That's just because in the moment, the only what you have access to is what's near you, is what is vibrating near you. So you have memories, and that's what this is. This is the memories are you vibrating, or other, you know. So what these, every frequency is a dimension. So as you vibrate at a frequency, you can tap in to because all these, anything that it may be, is creativity, because creativity is feeling. Now, the reason why you're here now, and you can hear me, and you can listen to me, is because we are near one another at frequency, at a similar dimension. But it's no different. This dimension is no different from your dimension, from the dimension of a memory. But what about the dimensions? This is why people can see the future. This is where they see the future, because they most likely believe it's possible, that this future is possible, that this future is an actual, tangible existence. But you see the future, you see the future no matter. No matter the matter, the future will be seen and the future will be sawn. No matter what. It's just vague. It's just vague. You have an idea. You have an idea of what will happen. Yeah. But I really wanted to say that you the same sort of idea, because what this is energy. It's infinity. It's energy and it's infinity at forms. It's forms of it. And once we expand our awareness and expand our perception, this is when we will be able to access it all, to tap into it all. We already are able to do that. But, and so that comes, so expanding the awareness, that's what the expanding the awareness is saying it. Because saying it is making it, creating it. What are you tapping into? You're very androgynous. Don't take offense. Like a very pretty boy. Peter Pan shit. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't take offense, because all right. Why not? We're all androgynous. We completely are. Like we have both energies. If I seem androgynous, then, which gets said much to me unless I'm wearing femalish type clothing, but like we have masculine, like we're masculine and feminine, and so If I seem androgynous, that's just maybe it's balanced. Maybe it's balanced. Balanced. The goal should be androgyny. Sure, sure. I am biologically male, and you know this, and this is why you said don't take offense. But I'll identify as androgynous. Why not? Why not? Because I want these, I want these energies, I want these energies to be balanced. I do. I do. They may not be. It doesn't feel completely as they are, but they are. They're always balanced because no matter what, they're always trying to maintain balance. And this balance, this balance of energies, like this homeostasis, this is occurring at an atomic level. It's occurring at an atomic level because every atom is aiming to become, well, every chemical is aiming to become inert, to be stable, and that's the only reason why organisms are trying to maintain homeostasis. It's wild. It's amazing. And so this one and this two, yeah, I want them to be merged. You and me, I want them to be merged. Me and this plant, I want it to be merged. Because there's always going to be this sense of division, this sense of separation. There's no sense of separation. There's no sense of separation. There's absolutely no sense of separation. Well, there's a sense of separation, but there's no sense towards separation. So yeah, it needs to be balanced, right brain, left brain, all that type of thing. Bruh, upside down. Yeah, you know it. I'm upside down and I'm right side up. I'm sideways. I'm right ways. I'm left ways. Imagine instead of saying left, we called things wrong. Or imagine if instead of saying that things were wrong, imagine if we called them left. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something wild? That'd be really wild. It's strange I desire to look more feminine than masculine as a male. No, that's not strange at all, man. No. That could just be part of you, deep within. Some part of, it could be some sort of microbes. I mean, this is all based on microbiology, which is all based on, chemicals, right? Which is all based on more subtle aspects. And I don't even separate, the spiritual and the physical, because it's just what we can and cannot detect, but we can detect it all. And we are detecting it all because we are it all. We are all of this, right? We are all of this. This is just what the awareness is aware of. Maybe you are only your voice. You're only your voice. Only the words. Because this is what we focus on. We are only our words, the ones who are speaking. But there are parts of the body functioning, and this is buzzing. This is buzzing right here for some reason. But yeah, there's parts of the body that are, that's crazy. It's crazy how that piece of wood is just, I mean, wood is doing that. Wood is moving around. I mean, maybe not the dead wood as much. I mean, everything that's dead is moving around. Is moving around in circles and loops. Ooh. Yeah, so I mean, it's all. I mean, everything's moving around. I mean, but trees, like trees, are moving around a lot more. Like trees, things that are not more. Okay, things that are considered alive, things that are considered alive, and things that are considered dead are just, just that, just that. They are rates. 2547 rates of vibrate, and what we're able to perceive, what we're able to sense, is this it's just a certain intensity for the voice to pick up. So as a giant body, as a giant organism that is the earth, that is the universe, that is energy fluctuating and existing, as this, we're just aware of an aspect. But that aspect, with that aspect that we are aware of, we can morph it and be aware of more aspects. Aspect to aspect to aspect to aspect. We can, just by this voice can take us on the trip of making us believe that there is, oh geez, oh, what was I sitting in? Is that, oh, what? Sitting in that? I was legitimately, I was legitimately sitting in that. What in the, I just felt it with my foot. Oh man. There's all sorts of creatures and stuff. I think that's ramen. I think that's some ramen noodles. Who put ramen noodles in the back in the garden? I mean, I think it was my sister. Just I guess thought it would be funny to just put ramen noodles right there, but I mean, I'm not even mad that I sat on it because she didn't even know at the moment. She didn't even know at the moment. Everything that we do is for like another functioning of the body, So she didn't even know whenever she put that out there that there's going to be bugs eating off that, thriving off that. And that it would even be a catalyst for me talking about this. She didn't know in the moment. Because but there's the conscious mind. And then there's the subconscious mind, right? And then there's the superconscious mind. And the superconscious mind is this. It's what's in the organs. We're organs, right? I'm an organ, you're an organ. And every action that we take, every action that we make is for the purpose of some other organ, And we see this manifest in the physical, in the human body, right? The heart beats, the lungs breathe, the eyes, and then there's the forces, and then there's the freaky forces, like voices. And the eyes, I mean, I'm not saying the eyes aren't freaky. I'm not saying any of this isn't freaky. And if you don't think it's freaky, you have a reasoning for it not to be freaky, let me know. Because if there's this one thing, this one truth, there's this one sort of heart feeling, it is the feeling of freakiness, that all this is freaky. But it's functioning. It's freakily functioning. Yes. Oh yeah, and Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan is great. Peter Pan is real, especially the whole never gonna grow up thing. Yeah, no, I'm never gonna grow up. I pretty much am Peter Pan. I am Peter Pan. If you didn't, I mean, oh wow, I am Peter Pan. And see, whenever I think of these sort of ideas, I think these sort of ideas of like, oh yeah, um, I'm just, I'm just living out this archetype of Peter Pan. I mean, I even have videos about how I really think the human body is meant to fly, right? Like, and that we can fly if we just believe. And I just came up with that and I just whenever I started talking about Peter Pan, that's whenever that correlation was made. I haven't made that correlation until now. And so what? Am I living out an archetype? Was I living out an archetype of Scooby-Doo whenever I was painting the bus, painting the bus with the dog? No, I'm not. All of these things are reflections of me. But I'm also a reflection of it. I am living out the archetype, but it's living out the archetype of me. You're not. You are unique. You're unique, and everything is pretty much copying off you. But it is also unique. But the reason why it seems as though there's a correlation is precisely because of the entire topic of this entire, it was 3147, of this entire discussion, is that we can perceive what is near us in frequency. The frequency attracts the vibration. And everything you were introduced to as a child, as anything, was based on your vibration. The vibration of you at some point in your life. At some point in your life. The vibration of you. Whew. Wow. So, because there's no time, I always have to clarify that. Because there's no time, whenever you were introduced to some sort of story, some sort of mythology, or whatever, that is you at some point. That is a reflection of you at some point in your life. Always, no matter what. Or, of course it's an alternate, it's an alternate universe of you. But the reason why it was shown to you is because it's you. It is you. It's for you. And it's for you to learn from. And whenever you're in that, and that's just part of the all-knowingness that we have. Part of the all-knowingness that we have is being able to look at stories and other versions of us that have been through this and learn from it. Learn from others. Wow. 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 And this is a garden. This is a powerful, powerful garden. Ways, crazy, out. Yes. Vibrating, alive, electric, vortex, magnificent, energy, infinity, recycled to purity, frequency. I guess I compare myself to a bunch of others, but then I'm reminded of my unique look. Right. Yeah. I mean, that is a phenomenon. How people just others like yeah, you're gonna do that, and there's nothing really wrong with that. It's natural. But who made all of this? Who made all of this Who made all of this? Who made the way that culture functions? Who made the way that this just fell. It must be this is the lid to my watercolor bottle. Fell from in the treehouse. It must be a little squirrel. But yeah, ooh. Whoa. That's a leopard leaf. Amazing. Anyway, Anyway, who made it all? Who made all these stories? Like Peter Pan, like Aladdin, right? This was you. You made this. You made this. You channeled it, right? 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 From up there. From, well, I mean, for me anyways, it's this way. Whenever I think and have thoughts, I feel them coming from the right in and then out left. No, it's not. It's probably not like that for everybody. I mean, I write with my right hand. Um, so yeah, you created it. You created it, and so really, what that's saying, the whole gist of this is, we cannot be afraid. We cannot be stuck in any one form of creation. Because we're all of creation. We're all of creation, constantly creating itself. Oh, there's lots of bugs down here that I see. I didn't, just, and they communicate, right? The organs are always communicating with one another. Always. Oh wow. Yeah, so they're always communicating with one another. And just, if energy always, okay, this is going to be it's energy communicating with itself. If you were in any situation, or if you go to any sort of place, this is because the energy in that area called it over. I mean, it didn't say, hey, come over here. But the energy just folded itself, folded in. Ooh. Ooh. Because that aspect of the energy needed the other aspect of itself to, in that version of the eternal moment. So yeah, and Peter Pan, I love the whole aspect. I love the idea of they're giving you some codes. They're giving you some deep codes right there. Some deep codes. Yeah, that's because what you believe in doesn't exist. No, it does exist. It's the only thing that does exist. What you don't believe in doesn't. So just, if you don't want something to exist, just say. I mean, you can say it, right? You can say it, but that doesn't mean that you believe it. You have to fully believe it. But the voice, since the voice has this creating power, since the voice is what we have evolved here as energy, we have evolved here to be aware of, and it has this ability to create, to expand, to maneuver. Just tell yourself, I don't believe in that. That is not part of my reality. And that's what dimension you will reside in. Because all the dimensions are here now, and we're not in a certain dimension. We're just not. Ooh, you see these flowers? Oh, 4017. Yeah, so I believe in fairies. I believe in absolutely everything. Even things that I don't want in my... Oh, is what you're screwing with down here? Is it alive? Oh, it's alive. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, whoa. Oh. Well, you know, ah. Oh. It can fly. And it's a reflection of you. It's a reflection of us. It's a reflection of us, Marceline. Yeah? No? I don't know. And 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 yeah, so I mean I believe I believe. And that's the whole that's what they say. That's what they said whenever they're talking about faith. Like that's why faith is important. Like that's the most important part. People always say, "Oh, we need truth. We need factual evidence." And faith is all you need, and it will occur. Humpty Dumpty. Oh, I'm gonna fly. Yes, you are. Illustration. Yes, this is all an illustration. The reason why we illustrate, the reason why we illustrate is because it is a fractal of what is occurring at a higher level. Higher level, level. All the levels are level. The one who wants to heal you. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty. Oh yeah, yeah. Humpty Dumpty's the one who wants to heal you. Yeah, and there's. I can expand on Humpty Dumpty at one point. The constant creator, constant gardener. Yes, flowering, flowering, and you all are my flowers. Kicking back in the fifth dimension. In the fifth dimension, the archetypes all came from truth. Yeah, and the truth is momentary, right? The truth is momentary. All the archetypes are momentary because they're there for you to. They are you, and so they're there for you to embody in any moment. Yeah, so kicking back in the fifth dimension. Yeah, I mean, they say they say the fifth dimension is, I'm not really sure if I'm in the fifth dimension. I would say, yeah, I'm in the fifth dimension. I'm in the fifth dimension. Am I in the same fifth dimension that you're in? Do I number and label the dimensions with numbers? Maybe the fifth dimension. How about the? Nobody ever talks about the sixth dimension. I hear the sixth dimension's really lame, like not someplace. Oh wow. Oh no wonder I'm sitting here itching. There's like, look at all these. Do you see them flying around? I should. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't want to hurt them, but sometimes that's nature. Oh, and then another thing is with nature. 4-7 is like another argument is like gods. Why would there be gods if? Hey, Marceline, you want to go? You want to go upstairs? You want to go inside? Up there? I'm going to. I've tried to talk to her since she was a kid, and but can't be told what to do. I don't want to take her power away. She doesn't really completely understand. Um, I mean, certain intentions. Oh, ooh, yeah, itchy bitchy spider. Yeah, no, those itchy bitchy mosquitoes are not in my reality any longer. I mean, they were in one version of my reality, but I just hopped into a dimension where they don't exist. And yeah, so yeah, no, don't go to the sixth dimension. Go to the ninth dimension. Go to the 11th dimension. I like 11. I like 11. 4 plus 7 is 11. Plus 7 is 11. 11, 11 is Neptune. Right? It's Neptune and Uranus. That's what this entire podcast has been going on about. Now I'm gonna probably do a new thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for existing. Thank you all for being with me.